A better route. Chapter 139. Naruto had felt a massive spike of chakra earlier, but he couldn't go after it before thanks to the Gold and Silver brothers. While he was still nervous about losing their bodies, Naruto really didn't have time to give too much of a shit. He was too busy trying to make sure all of his friends were safe. When he finally got to where the spike had been, he found his mother leaning over Fu, and she seemed to be trying to heal her. Naruto couldn't feel the Seven Tails chakra either, only making him more nervous. "Mom, what's wrong with Fu?" Kushina realized that was the first time she'd heard the girl's name, or at least the first time there'd been enough calm for her to listen. "I tried, but between the tailed beasts and the crazy chick I just couldn't stop them." "Naruto, they got the 7 tails." Naruto cringed. "Is she gonna be okay?" Kushina was doing her best to heal her. "I put seal on her that'll regulate her chakra more and heal her a little bit. We need to get her to someone who actually knows what the hell they're doing though." Naruto made a clone. "I know exactly where medics are and I can get her there in no time, hand her to me." Kushina figured that was the best option, so she handed the clone to the girl and watched him flash away. "Okay, now we need to go and find the other one." "What did you say his name was?" Naruto explained. "B, and yes, we need to go find him." Kushina knew she didn't really even need to ask. "Think you can figure out where he is?" Naruto nodded. "Already did." "Let's go." Killer B could have used plenty of help right now. Hashirama wasn't letting up on him in even remotely, not that he really had much of a choice. B had never met someone who wasn't a tailed beast that could do something like this to him. Every last part of his body hurt right now. B felt like he hadn't even made mark on the first. To be honest, he really hadn't hit the first, since he could counter almost anything B did. No matter how many ink clones B made, Hashirama would just make twice as many wood clones. Whenever B tried to hit him with his tentacle or his fist, he'd just catch it with some roots that came out of made in a split second. The way B saw it, he had one last attack he felt had any chance of actually winning this fight. He opened his mouth and powerful black chakra began to form in front of it. "You may be badass, Mr. First Hokage, but you're about to see an attack that makes my at the level of the Raikage." Hashirama wanted to believe that maybe this attack could actually be enough to handle him, but he knew better than that. He usually didn't have to make hand seals, but this jutsu required just a couple of them. The first finished just in time, wood human technique. The ground shook a little bit as some kind of strange wooden creature rose out of the ground. Wood human really wasn't a good name for the jutsu, as he looks more like some kind of golem. Still, it was at least as big as B and was pretty mean looking too. B fired off his tailed beast bomb right at the wood human and more or less expected it to obliterate the technique. However, the wood human raised its hand and caught the bomb. You could see B's jaw dropping. He caught it. That freaking wood thing actually caught his most powerful attack. Still, you could see the wood human was struggling a little bit to contain it. Hashirama had something to take care of that though. He some more brief hand seals and place his hand on the ground, wood dragon technique. This time it was a wooden dragon that rose from the ground, as name was very fitting this time. It came up around wood human and put its face next to the tailed beast bomb. Opening its mouth, the dragon actually began to absorb the ball of pure chakra. B was getting pissed. "Are you kidding me, man? You can even absorb my tailed beast bomb." The first frowned. "I'm afraid you might want to just try and escape. You'll most likely fail, but it's your best chance at this point." B wasn't about to let that happen. "Hell no. Bring it on, man." He brought his fist up, tried to hit the wood human. B got inches from his face, but the wood dragon shot up and wrapped around B's fist. The wood human took the chance and smacked B in the face and then in the gut. The dragon continued to wrap B, absorbing his chakra as he did so. B tried to fight it as hard as he could, but before long her was pinned to the ground. "Oh damn, this is bad. As B was held down by the wooden dragon and Human the First jumped on top of him, you have no idea. The Mist's 4 remaining swordsmen and Haku had been tasked to head to a certain location that seemed to be where the highest number of casualties were coming from. Kisame was heading it up with Tenaki, Zabuza, Chojuro, and Haku following behind him. Of course this wasn't a group to be fucked with, and it more than likely would have had even a Kaguya shaking in their boots. Once they got to the desired location it became clear something was very wrong. There were people dropping like flies and there didn't even seem to be anyone do anything. Zabuza noticed something strange though. Each person looked like they'd only been hit once and had what looked like hair sunban sticking out of them. He only knew of 2 people that used something like that. One was Jiraiya, and he wasn't known for stealth. The other was Fuguki Suikazan, the one-time leader of 7 ninja swordsmen. Zabuza suddenly understood what was going on and they were in for less than fun fight. Soon 5 people jumped and surrounded the small group. It was what was left of the 7 swordsmen without Kisame and Zabuza. 5 people meant there was 1 for each of them to fight. Kisame immediately took charge. I'll take Fuguki. Samahata can suck the chakra from this hair-based attacks and make them useless. It was ironic he said that since he was the one who stole Fuguki's sword in the first place. Zabuza called out, fine, I've got Jinpachi Munashi. If anyone handles Shibuki's explosive tags it's me. Shibuki was a blade known for being shaped like a large scroll and its ability to reals hundreds of explosive tags at a time, and Zabuza was pretty sure Kubikuribocho would be more than enough to defend himself. A girl with red hair looked rather angry. Hey bitch, I'm Amuri Ringo and you're using my sword, s. Tenaki figured she was talking to her. Well, they're my blades now, but I'll be happy to kick your ass with them. Chojuro picked out his opponent as well. Jinin Akabino is mine, he said, referring to a man with a brown hair and large mallet with a blade at the end of it. I think Hiramakari has the best chance of countering Kabutawari. Haku knew who that left him with. After all, Zabuza had taught him all about the various swordsmen. That leaves me with Kushimaru Kuriere, wielder of the Nuabari blade. He uses Senbon and string to try and immobilize his opponents. Fuguki scowled, fired a flurry of hair Senbon at Kisame. If I do end up kicking your ass, I want that sword back. You stole it from me when you killed all of us, you backstabbing bastard. Kisame raised up, who blocked the Senbon and absorbed the chakra within them. While flinching at the insult, he sprinted next to Fuguki, who barely caught Kisame's strike before it hit him. I was just doing what I was ordered to do. Do you honestly think for even a second I would have killed any of you if Yuguru hadn't told me to? Fuguki kicked him away. Fuck you. Tenaki was already fighting as well, using the Kiba blades to defend herself from a lighting attack from Amuri. She took the absorbed the lighting and fired it back at Amuri, skidding the girl across the ground. Chojuro had just deflected an attack from Jinin and gave him a hard strike to the throat, while Haku tried to hit Kushimaru with his needless of death. Kushimaru was trying slice Haku with his strings and hit him with his Senbon, with no avail. Zabuza grinned as he watched all this, and Jinpachi tried to blow him up with some explosive tags. He raised up his blade and did his best to block the attack and then tried to take Jinpachi's head off with Kubikuribocho. Damn, this is gonna be fun, isn't Kisame? Kisame wasn't so sure. We'll see about that. One last group, consisting of Kankuro, his lover/girlfriend Tenten, Sakura, who was worrying horribly about Gaara at the moment, and the 3 ex-Jinchurikis Yujito, Han, and Rashi were running through the battleground and getting status on how everything was going. The best way to describe it at the moment would be a stalemate. The Alliance had lost a lot of ninjas, even with the healer's help. Somewhere between 5 and 10% of the ninjas they started with were dead now. If Kankuro had to guess, he'd say about 6,000 people were dead or going to be dead. Those numbers made him sick to his stomach, and he knew it could end up doubling or tripling before this war was over, and that was assuming they won. His thoughts were broken quickly when he saw 3 men in red cloaks ahead of them, and all of them looked way too familiar. Everybody hold on. We've got trouble coming right for us. All of them stopped quickly. Most of them recognized the 3 men who were coming for them. One looked very young with red hair, another with blonde hair and one eye, and one who was wearing a mask. Yujito looked eager. Kakazu, oh man, I'm so gonna kick his ass. Rashi was grinning, I don't care who it is, as long he's part of the Akatsuki. Kenkuro knew they had be smart about this. Okay, I'll take Tenchan and handle Sasori since I know the most about puppets and she knows the most about weapons. Sakura piped up, I fought Deidara before, so I'll get him. Han suggested, I too know about Deidara's style. I'll be happy to help this young lady fight. Yujito cracked her knuckles, oh yeah, that means Rashi gets to help me get back at this asshole with the mask. Kakazu actually laughed, yeah, never heard that one before. I beat you once girly, I can do it again. Yujito scowled, you had your partner last time, this time you're the one who's dealing with the 2-on-1 odds. Sasori was over with Kenkuro unsealing an undead bodies. A girl with green and orange hair was standing in front of them. No, and Sasori had strings connected to her like she was Pupper. This would be Pakura, a very special ninja who was known for her scorch reals. I'm going to use to burn you little punks to a crisp. Kenkuro pulled a scroll of his own out and revealed that he now had Sasori's old puppet body. We'll see about that. Tenten pulled out her glass katana, bring it on red. Sasori looked at his old body and laughed, well, this should prove to be some intense art, shouldn't it? See you in the next one.